the conference is about learning. And it's not just the guests that are going to come on the conference because they're going to learn from the presentations, that every one of us, the speakers and the instructors who are going to go there, are going to learn as well. So what is it that you would like to get from this? What do you hope to get in terms of a learning piece, or either something you can sort of proactively say, look, this is what I really would like to have a discussion about. Can we feed it into the conversations? Or is it something you're hoping for? And yeah, what's your learning goal?
I'm just debating, because if I'm honest, I might regret seeing this later when it's recorded. But if I'm really honest, it's kind of a lot of the stuff that I'm talking about. Like, I have a blog article in mind that is about, and I don't know how much you recognize this, but when you go on a dive trip sometimes, and it's like there's this kind of contraction of kind of, especially the day before you go in, because you're like, there's this kind of some people call it a status detection system. Like, we all have this kind of need to kind of be okay and fit in and belong. So you go to a new space or with new people, and there's this kind of like, oh, like, am I going to mess up? Are people going to do things the same way that I do? And any
So
version,
put sort of like performance anxiety, but in a social sense rather
the
than a,
social part of it, yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, it's very much that social part. And I have that blog in mind because it's something that I experience a lot. Like, I'm certainly experiencing it already for Viz, like, especially with the advanced divers that are going there. Um, and so I think it's really about that. It's how do you kind of relax with where you are, and then kind of yeah, use, because then that makes you more open to gathering more experience, and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
which is exactly the content of the talk in a way. I don't know. Does that make sense?
No, it does. It's good. It's really good. And I think, one of the bits we talk about psychological safety is this piece of inclusion safety. Am I
Mm.
part of
Mhm.
this team?
Mhm.
Am I okay to be part of this? And then we talk about learner safety, and that's that bit that you look around and you go, what happened to the last person who made a mistake? And that might just be a social faux pas.
Mhm.
And when the tribes that we have in diving, and the in-group, out-group behaviors, and the tribalism that's there, it's like, this is what it is.
Yeah.
And the banter and the joking that happens in group, and the out-group individuals go, I
Yeah.
didn't get that.
Yeah.
Was that about me?
Yeah.
So there's so much of this stuff that is
Yeah.
just not talked about
Mhm.
because it's a leisure activity. But actually, when your bit about when people take these things on a dive, that scab, and they're basically pushing
Mhm.
it down, all they're doing is filling up their cognitive load with a whole bunch of other stuff. And they can't get rid of that,
Yeah.
which means that they can't deal with stuff that's going on the dive
Yeah.
because they just don't have the brain space to deal with it.
Yeah. Well, all the brain space is being taken up by protecting them from whatever they don't want to feel, the shame or the fear or the
Yeah.
failure, whatever. It's all being moved into protection mode, and then you can't actually use what's happening. You can't learn because you're so busy protecting. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
about moving out of that, but you can't do that if the context isn't right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
totally,
Mhm.
totally. Well, Laura, thank you very much. I've really enjoyed doing these little sort of discussions with the speakers because it's bringing so many different ideas together in such a unique space. Majority of the diving conferences that are out there are about, let's go and visit this location, let's go and dive this wreck, let's look at some videos. And yes, that's what people want to go and do. But this is the deeper stuff. This is about what makes people tick individually, as part of a team, as an instructional setting, as a dive center, or as a training agency. So thank you very much for your time this morning, Laura, and looking forward to seeing you in a couple of months' time.